High School, where we representing Sunrise Forever. We're here because this is 15 years of the backpack program that has been sponsored widely by the Dollar Foundation, United Way, etc., etc. Today, this backpack program functions to allow students to take food home for the weekend. And this program has been going on for the past 15 years. And it is a celebration and an opportunity for its sponsors to affirm their support for this program. They're currently serving breakfast, and the breakfast items are items that the students actually here at the school have. The other thing is that they are starting a greenhouse. One of the teachers has initiated this greenhouse program so that the students will learn how agriculture, believe it or not, in the high school. They'll learn how to plant seeds, nurture them, and what to do with the product after it fully develops. So this has been an eye-opener and a wonderful experience for us, and we're happy that we're able to bring this experience to you. With that said, have a great day, and thanks for watching Africa Teacher.
So today, again, welcome. Thank you for coming today, and we're going to start our speaking program. So the opening remarks is going to be by our district manager, Mr. Mark Jeffrey.
Good morning. My staff know I don't need a microphone. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Why are we here? We're here to celebrate the 15th anniversary of the Backpacker Program, which started here in 2003 in Mount Pleasant High School. And I'm going to give you a brief story. I thought about it this morning, how I'm going to be able to do this and keep my composure. But one Friday afternoon in February of that year, I was touring the school, and it was late in the afternoon, and I was in the kitchen with the cook of this school, and a student approached the cook and asked if there were any leftovers. I said to the cook, leftovers? We don't have leftovers. We serve everything for seconds during lunch. There are no leftovers, especially on a Friday for Monday. And the look on her face, I said, what is the issue? And she said to me, she's looking for food that she can take home and consume for the weekend. And I said, give her something, and we did, and she took it home. And I went home that night, and I thought to myself, as I'm trying desperately to eat my own dinner, how many students are in this situation here in Providence? And over and above that, how many students are in this situation across our country? And so little did that young student realized that she was the birth of the backpacker program for here for Providence Public Schools, and this is where it started. And to date, more than 70,000 backpacks have been provided in Providence to needy students. Since that program began, June DiLorenzo oversees the program. We're serving about 250 backpacks a week. 309. And that's the tip of the iceberg. Think about it. We have 24,000 students in the school district. How many more are affected? We don't know who the recipients are. I don't want to know who the recipients are. We work with the guidance counselors. We work with the principals of each school. They identify who the students are. Some students are on the program for a month or two to get over a crisis in their family. Some have been on since the program began and all the way through the 12th grade. Some may be on for a year. And what we have found over the years is that not only are we providing food for that one particular student, we're providing it for the family and for their younger brothers and sisters. So I want to thank you all for coming and celebrating with us this anniversary, this 15th anniversary of this program. I talked about 70,000 backpacks being distributed over the course of the time here in Providence, and that equates to $350,000. In 2017, because Sodexo took this initiative and took it across the country, 4.1 million meals were served in 2017 on the backpack program. So I want to thank June. I want to thank you for your leadership. Jorge, give me just 2 seconds to thank June. June, thank you so much for spearheading it from day one. You took this initiative, you took this ball, and you ran with it. And thank you so much from the bottom of my heart and from the students who have been the recipients of these backpacks. Thank you for doing everything you do. And to the principals, and to the guidance counselors, and to the teachers of Providence Public Schools, I thank you for your commitment to this program. I believe, June, you have a little table demonstration. You want to walk through your table just for a second and tell us what it is?
Every week on a Friday, they go home with backpacks filled with food. Samples of what I have over here on the table. It's different every week. You might not get everything the same, but we try and do a breakfast, a lunch, a dinner to last for the whole weekend. And what we do is every backpack is basically different, so no children are singled out carrying all the same backpack. So it's filled up every week, and you just zipper it up. It all fits in here. It's no more than probably like 10 pounds to 12 pounds. And they take it home on a Friday, and every Monday and Tuesday return the backpack back to the schools, and it's refilled all over again on Friday for them to take home.
There's one other key player in this program that needs to be recognized, and we purchased a lot of the food from the Rhode Island Food Bank. And so I know the Rhode Island Food Bank is represented here this morning. Thank you so much for your support of this program. So I thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. Donations are greatly accepted. It costs $5 a month to sponsor a child for 4 weeks. And everybody who is here today will be getting something, I'm sure, distributed through Jorge of how you can make a contribution. So thank you so much for your support.
Providence Teachers Union, Rosa Castillo from the Lieutenant Governor's Office, Allison Bologna here from Channel 10. We have also our community partners. We have Farm Fresh Rhode Island is here, owner Alyssa Martinez. Thank you for joining us. Next we are going to introduce Mr. Christopher Coleman. He's the wonderful principal here at Mount Pleasant High School.
Thank you, Phil. And I just want to thank Phil and Andrew. They have been our supervisors here from Sodexo. My tenure here at at Mount Pleasant, and they've just been a great support of our backpack program, and not only our backpack program, but our holiday funds. At Thanksgiving, we create 75 Thanksgiving baskets, And I want to thank Sodexo for their contributions every year to the Thanksgiving and the Christmas holiday food baskets to make holidays very special for our families. The great thing about our backpack program here is it gives back to the kids in our building. It's discreet, and our National Honor Society students, they put the backpacks together every Friday. Kids come in, pick them up, and they go without anybody knowing what's actually in the backpack, and that's the nice thing, right? They can go home and have a nice meal and not have to worry about, where their next meal is coming from, because they know they can count on us for that. And again, Sodexo helping us out with those programs. Great event that we had here last month. We had 40 naval officers come here at Mount Pleasant to donate 100 backpacks to us and our backpack program, and not only that, but food donations as well. So there's a tremendous amount of support here in this building for this program. I want to thank our guidance department and our Nurse Tammy, because those are the kids, those kids go to them first. All right? They might come in, they might not have had breakfast. Maybe they don't have anything to go home with. So through those communications and through those personal conversations, we can identify students and we can give back to them and help them out and help their families. So big support all around in this building from the teachers, the guidance, and of course Sodexo. So, and I'm glad to see that this is a program growing throughout the city. And it's certainly a need in our building as we get new students in here and into our building. That Mount Pleasant is the first school that they've stepped in this country. So we want to make sure that they are taken care of and that all their needs are being met and that they feel comfortable coming to school. So again, I want to thank Sodexo. I want to thank everybody for coming and supporting our backpack program. Enjoy your breakfast.
Thank you. It's an absolute pleasure to be here on behalf of the mayor. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it today, but he wanted to send me in representation because in many ways the free meals actually got me from the Providence Public Schools down to Rhode Island College where I ended up graduating from. So I know the value of these meals. And for the administration, youth and education are obviously top priorities for the mayor. We look at ways to support children, from creating youth jobs to internships to expanding summer programs to making sure that we give out more and more summer meals every year. And so with that, we want to make sure that our students know that we support them, that we believe in them, and that we are always going to have their backs. So in many ways, the work that's being carried out by Sodexo and by Jorge Cardenas is really selfless and is really impactful. I've personally seen as Jorge goes out and gets the partnerships to make sure that kids are not only getting meals, but also getting supplies to go back to school, also making sure that they have every support that they need to succeed. So I want to give a special recognition to Jorge for always going above and beyond for our children. So the bottom line is that, the administration, I'm fairly certain the city council members also understand that we don't want kids to experience hunger. Kids can't play outside when they're experiencing hunger. Kids can't focus in the classroom when they're experiencing hunger. Kids can't go out and do their homework when they're experiencing hunger. So we want to make sure that even if it's in a small way, we're able to support them in a way that really embraces their development. The mayor also has recently launched this initiative. He wants Providence to be known as a city of kindness. And if you look at the work that's being done by Sodexo, the work that's being done by Jorge, that it embodies it. It's a city looking out for one another, a city making sure that we're leading with compassion and support for those who have less. And in the long run, I think that is the way that we will make sure that the city of Providence continues to move forward. So on behalf of the mayor, I want to thank Sodexo. I want to make sure that every partner who is here with us today also knows that your work matters, that what you're doing is changing lives, and that we very much appreciate it in the city of Providence. So thank you very much for your time, and I greatly appreciate it.
congratulate Sodexo for this great initiative. And I want to take a moment to recognize some of the members of the City Council that are here today. We have Council President Pro Tem Michael Correa, Councilwoman Nerva Lafergen, just here. And last but not least, Majority Leader Ryan, who you're going to be hearing from because this is her ward. So I'm going to keep my remarks short. I just wanted to have this opportunity to say thank you for the great work that you're doing and for making sure that every kid has a chance to have food on their table during the weekends. But most important, the way how you're doing it with dignity. You're making sure you're doing it in a way that respects everyone's dignity. So thank you for the work that you're doing, and you're going to hear more from my colleague in the City Council.
Thank you very much, and thank you everyone for being here today. I see many friends that are so significant to the 5th Ward, but also, most importantly, Mount Pleasant High School. There's wonderful things that happen here, and it couldn't happen without the leadership of our wonderful principal, Mr. Kuhlman. So let's give it up for him. Equally important is the team that he works with every day to deliver services, kindness, compassion to our young folks here. So thank you to all the teachers who work with our students every day in our classrooms, during the classroom hours, and outside the classrooms to make sure that they get the nurturing that they deserve to be future leaders, hopefully of the city of Providence. So I'm really quite elated to be here today, or to be asked to be here today. This program is just truly remarkable, and let's give it up for Mark Jeffrey. Who 15 years ago observed a student in need and just didn't go home, took action, made a decision to make a difference in the life of that child, and by doing so, made a difference in the lives of so many children for so long. This program is remarkable. It is to the benefit or for the help of June DiLorenzo. Thank you for all you do to keep it going and vibrant. And as my council president has stated, the dignity that's expressed in this program is really quite remarkable. So thank you to all. I'm humbled and honored to represent the 5th Ward of the City of Providence. I love my high school here, Mount Pleasant. It's an anchor in our community. They do wonderful work, and I am a servant of Mr. Kuhlman, whatever I can do to help day in and day out. In Sodexo, you folks are just remarkable. So thank you to all of the partners that participate in this program and all of the other wonderful work done by Mount Pleasant High School. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Valeria. Also, I want to recognize Evolutions High School. The principal of Evolutions is Magali Sanchez. We also have the Birch School here at Mount Pleasant. We have our assistant principals here, Mr. Belisle and Mr. Buchanan, do a lot of great work here at Mount Pleasant. And let's see, who's next? So next we are going to have the Chief of Administration for the Providence School Department, Mr. Joseph DePina.
Good morning, everyone. They don't let me out of the office too many times to speak, so I will follow the advice of a dear colleague of mine who recently passed away. He says, when you have to speak publicly, do 3 things. Be bright, be brief, and be gone. I'll try to do all 3. It gives me great pleasure to be here today to extend greetings to, on behalf of Superintendent Chris Marr, who unfortunately could not join us today. I have the unique privilege of having to, getting to work with Sodexo each and every day in my role as the Chief of Administration in the district. So I know all about all the great things that they do for our community. I have the opportunity to participate in the scholarship dinner that they have, and oftentimes I'm asked to speak at that event as well. So this, to me, is no surprise that they do great work in the community. I'm also particularly pleased personally because I'm a proud graduate of the Providence Public Schools, and probably 35, 40 years ago I probably would have been a recipient of the backpack program, so I can truly appreciate personally the great service that this provides to our students each and every week. So on behalf of the Providence Public Schools, I want to acknowledge the great work that Sodexo does, and thank you very much for having me. Appreciate it.
you.